dive in. All right. I am going to start by just going over narcissism, narcissist. These are words that get thrown around a whole lot. They're kind of losing their meaning, kind of like the word good. Now, I am not a stickler for DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders. I really look at that book at this point in my career. I've been working with people since 2006 in mental health as kind of a guide, kind of a suggestion. I am kind of a believer that we've gone too far in trying to categorize and define these things. I understand the reasoning about why we need to do that and why that's smart and how sometimes there's relief in having a label. But I think when it comes to personality disorders, that's really, really tricky because we have elements of this. So when we're talking about narcissism, thing I want you to know is that almost every highly sensitive person I've ever known has a deep-seated fear that they are a secret, dark-sided narcissist. Okay? So you're not alone in that. We have 2 people asking questions about that tonight. Okay? So since in mental health, since we've been trying to categorize these types of personalities and narcissism, it's been described as self-absorption. I've got some notes in front of me I don't want to forget. Narcissists bolster the self. We don't have to get too wrapped up for this talk in what is pure narcissism, what isn't. It's the people that put themselves up on a pedestal. I call it like pedestal shenanigans. It's like putting people down so that they can feel above. So we have felt those traits in people or the full-blown disorder lots of times in lots of different ways. Okay? But with narcissism, there really is a grandiosity fantasy. If I'm a narcissist, I am better than other people. My thinking is better. It's why they typically don't seek out help. They don't typically seek out change. They might be interested in learning knowledge because that puts them on a pedestal in their own minds and from their perspective in the minds of others. Look how much I know. I'm so all-knowing. There's that grandiosity. There's usually an exaggerated ambition or a sense of exaggerated ambition. There's usually some sort of exhibitionism. Narcissists, not all people who walk in the room with an extroversion fit this, but narcissists often walk in the room and they sort of know how to command the presence of the room in a way that very much helps them in career. Very much, if I'm looking at a narcissistic lawyer, very much helps them if they go to court, have to be in front of a jury. That charm is really what draws us into them. What makes any of us put up with all the other shenanigans because the charming parts, the fun parts can be really, really wonderful and light. So as we go through these questions and these answers, as I share, I want you to understand that narcissism is a pervasive pattern. It's a pervasive pattern. And the reason why every highly sensitive person I've ever met questions, you sure I'm not a narcissist? I can get pissy and I can get attitudey and I can want my way and I'm very particular. Are you sure that I'm not a narcissist? It's in the pervasive pattern of how someone shows up. All of us have moments that if we took a snapshot with a camera, it would look narcissistic because we're human. And that might be part of our shadow work where we have to integrate that we can't be some idealized version of a human being. We have to integrate that we get angry, that we get reactive, that we have dark thoughts, that we have dark fantasies, that we want our way. Sometimes we don't want to consider what other people need. Part of adulting is learning to balance that force.